Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. I want to welcome you to a Hot Facts with Robert Reese live Monday through Friday. We go 2 p.m. 3 p.m. We go 1 hour, but it could go further if it gets a little hotter. Start at 3 p.m. today. I had an interview with the Sunfish King. Hopefully you guys check that out. If you guys did not, go ahead and check that out. Just conducted that interview about an hour ago. Okay, so we are fresh off of that one. You do see the title here today. We have a great one. Okay, you see that up there, wondering how it would be. Tony Lopez, what's up, Tony Lopez? Hope you had a great day. You got that order that was $8 and some change for just the 2 miles or whatever it was. That's a great pickup there. Hopefully you had a great day. Hopefully you're listening right now on your break, people. Yesterday, interesting. So I have the hot facts on Instagram. Also, if you guys want to know, it's available on every single platform that we. Well, I won't say I don't have Discord or anything like that, but I do have Twitch and some other ones. But you can go ahead and catch me on these right here. Go ahead and catch me on those, and you can Google it up. Yes, yes, yes. But on Instagram, let me go back to the fire on Instagram, I was doing live Uber Eats orders last night, and a lot of people from the Philippines, I mean not the Philippines, from Vietnam, they like hot facts. So what's up, Ricky Knight? By way of Ricky Knight, peace and blessings, brother Robert. Take care, yeah, buddy. On the lunch break. So the people in Vietnam were coming in, showing me some love, and going over, looking at the live and looking at the conversation there. But we were having one live about delivering in Vietnam, and they were asking questions, and they were saying that it's nice to have delivery services like you guys have there. We don't have those here. And so at first I was like, I really wasn't like thinking like, they just have to get some more. I wasn't thinking like communists yet. And then when they said, "Oh no, it's communist," so I was like, "Oh wow!" So all these things in my head start going up. What would it be like to deliver in a communist country? So obviously, some questions rang out from me. So here is a couple questions that I asked, or I'm going to give you some that people may have wanted to ask. Instantly right off the top. How is the pay? First of all, we're going to get into the pay like this. Before we get started here, make sure you uh, give me one of these people, give me one of these here, give me one of those likes. Give me a like, subscribe to get notified. People, subscribe to get notified. Hit that bell. I go live every single day, just about, and it's every day just about because Hot Facts is Monday through Friday, but I do conduct interviews and I go over certain other news. So pretty much I go live every single day. Make sure you hit that bell, get notified to let the people know that the Hot Facts is going live with this information. A lot of great stuff that goes on this channel. If you are someone that's in the gig world, meaning you are your own boss and you do all types of things like that, you can check this out. I help with all people trying to build business and sales and all types of other things there. If you're trying to figure out what's going on in the news as far as things that we have to pay attention to, you can check in here. If you want to get some entertainment and actually sit back and watch an interview, learn about some of your favorite content creators, you can absolutely tune in here. If you want to sit back and watch shorts, I have a short section that has over 300 something shorts there. If you want to get a ride along and actually take a look and see how exactly the different gig apps work, you can go ahead and click on there and see what gig apps work. Okay, so like, share, do what you got to do, but please share the live streams. There's a lot of great information that goes on these live streams. Big up to everyone that does come in and help support the whole Hot Facts brand. Okay, now in Vietnam, everyone was pretty much like me. I want to know about the pay. So how much do you get paid? Good question, right? Because we know in communist country, how does that work? It works like this. What's up, TFT? What's up, TFT? It works like this. The young lady said that she is a nurse in pediatrics and she gets paid She said don't quote her on it, but it'll be in $300 a month. That's what it would be. So I'm like, pediatrics, doctor, that's crazy. Because here, they're actually all right. So I said, how about for delivery drivers? And they said in Vietnam, this was last night live on my Instagram. In Vietnam, they said the pay is very, very terrible. If someone that's working pediatrics is only getting paid, what she broke down to about 300, I'm going to go ahead and say 600 just to be on the generous side. $600. I was like, a delivery driver, what might they be paying these guys? Like shekels? What might they be paying these people? She said the pay is terrible, so terrible that they drive because they have to. If they talk out against the pay or anything, they go to jail. Every single delivery driver gets paid the same amount, no matter what. Every delivery driver gets paid the same. And there are only 2 delivery services that are operating in the country. And you have one delivery service, or they're both in Hanoi, and the other one they're in I forget the city. It's a very popular city. It's a very popular city. It's their metropolitan area, but they only have 2 delivery services, and all the drivers work for these 2, and every driver gets paid the exact same amount. Now, they say the pay is terrible. We all know what the gas situation is. Vietnam is a poor country, as we know. I wonder what they're paying these people. Are they just paying them enough to keep those mopeds going in the street? Now imagine this, people. We talk about service and good service. And if you want to hear about good service and great service, listen to what the Sunfish King said. We talk about the service get you paid more. We talk about people should be tipping for the service because this is just what it is. This is how it's ran. Now, over in the UK, they have a thing to where people typically don't tip. But I have a guy up there, Pete Gannergay. I had an interview with him. He goes out there and uses my philosophy, and he gets tips. But their tradition up there is they don't tip, or you have to go above and beyond. Here in America, people want to get tipped just for accepting for the service, and they don't care. They're not going to do a service to actually get the tip. So that's what they want. We have baby boomers who want people to do the work and get the tip. We have a split there. But then we have a communist country here to where it doesn't matter what your service is or anything. You're not getting paid no more, and you're not getting paid no less. And you're not getting paid what you were supposed to get paid. So we do a lot of complaining here. Now, just adjust your minds just a little bit. Just adjust your minds to what if our gig apps here. Now, I'm going to go over some big news that is branched off of some news that I put up before. I'm going to give you what's going on with all of the gig apps, what every single delivery driver needs to listen to, and stop listening to that fake stuff. I bring you the real deal. We got some good stuff coming about these apps. Now, what if these delivery apps said, hey, we're going to do it like this. First of all, every order is going to be worth this. And we're gonna take away the ability for the customer to tip, and we're gonna take away the ability for the customer to take it away, to add or take away. The customer does not have that ability anymore. Now they're gonna go and say, well, we're gonna make that every single order you do, no matter what platform you do it on. Since we hear all you guys saying $6 is your lowball offer, we're going to do it so that you're only going to get paid $6.50 per order, and you cannot complain. You just have to drive. Now, if that was the case, you're a no tip, no tripper. I guarantee you would care about those people that was giving that extra money, right? But check this out. Just imagine that. If you only got paid $6.50, there's no tips, there's no anything, and you have to take care of the maintenance on your vehicle. Imagine that. Imagine living and having to go to work and do it like that. Now, you guys complain a whole lot here. That's why I don't do no complaining. That's why I accept 96% of my orders. That's why I don't do any of that. I know that there are other places where the delivery driving is just worse. They don't have the ability to make the money like we make. Put it like this, look. They don't even have the ability to be their own boss. They don't have the ability to say, I can take whatever I want. I don't have to. They don't even have that. They're not their own boss. So they don't feel how we feel. They don't feel how the delivery drivers in South Africa feel, or in Australia feel, or in the UK, or even in some parts of India. And even also the delivery drivers in Dubai. Remember, I did that article on the delivery drivers in Dubai on how they're afraid to go out there because of their religious practices. They will get killed and shot doing a delivery. Ricky said he's lived in Vietnam for 2 years. My man right there. We got an interesting coming up. The interview with Ricky is coming up also. He says he's busy. I'm going to do a solo interview with Ricky right after he's done in these two weeks. Stay tuned for that one. That one is going to be great right there. Stay tuned. Pedro, this is all for you saying no traction. Go ahead and listen to the Sunfish King. Bachelor's. He's going to go for his PhD, but he's just about a year done with his master's. Works in the wildlife sector. And everyone who was watching the interview got a chance to see, dang, HotFacts is actually, this dude knows about wildlife and animals and stuff too. I told you, people, you guys just be doing this. I'll come and eat you up. But imagine, $650 delivery. Would you multi-app then? Wouldn't matter if you multi-app. Wouldn't matter. Now, I did not ask if they have it broken down to per delivery or if they have it you just get paid this much per day because you're a delivery driver. I did not get a chance to ask that because I had to once my this long order took long to go ahead and get, they all just start popping off after that. So I was busy and I was not able to ask that question. But that is something I also would like to know too. If they just get paid, you just get paid this for the month because you are what's up, Weenies OFW? Go ahead and support. If you guys are looking for the bomb karaoke. If you are looking for the bomb karaoke, go ahead and head there. Any song you want, she has it. English or her language. Go check it out over there. Much love. Weenies, let me do this for you also. While you are here, let me go ahead and add you as a moderator. Now, hope you guys like that thumbnail. I put up there. Pin that message. No, not pin the message. Hold up. Add moderator. That's not the pin right there. Unpin. All right, bam. You are up there, and I hope everyone goes back and checks the interview with Weenies OFW. Go ahead and drop your link. You are from Gap Guide. Go ahead and drop your link. If you're any karaoke people, go ahead and check that out. Right there. But if you guys were listening to the Sunfish King interview earlier, got a shout out there from Flight Sports TV. They went ahead and hopped up into the chat with a fire out there. Flight Sports TV by way of LeVar Ball, the Ball family. That is one of the associated projects there. You will catch interviews with LeVar Ball from time to time. You'll catch AB from Ball and the Family, and Ball Facts. You'll catch him over there. I hop on there whenever I do get a chance, and I hop on the panel with them. We speak basketball and any updates you want on Lonzo Ball, LaMelo Ball, or LiAngelo Ball, head there. We talk about it there first, people. So if you are a basketball head and you want to know some stuff that's going on, we talk about that stuff there. They talk about the stuff all the time there, all the time, all the updates, no matter what's happening. Go ahead, check them out, or just ask me, people, because I go up there and I speak with them also. So they dropped on in and gave a shout out there. That's for Pedro. That's for Pedro also too. That's for Pedro there. So I'm gonna you know what? Because today there's gonna be I know when I get to the news that's gonna tie in to what I did earlier, there is going to be some people wanting to hop in here to talk about that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share the link right now, because I do know that once I bring it up, people are gonna have questions inside their head. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, because this is really good news that delivery drivers should know. Go ahead, people. This is also streaming on the DoorDash Revolution. He is also part of the Hot Facts brand, people. He is an admin, also keys to the studio here. So the Hot Facts brand, this is it's streaming over there on his channel also, people. That is the StreamYard link. You do see that there. It is inside the thing there, because when I get to that part there, it is going to bring up something. And also, I have a bonus video. I put it up earlier, but we're going to look at a police officer trying to do too much because a guy's cigarette accidentally asked on the floor, and he was trying to go crazy as a cop because he said he had the right to. So we're going to watch some of that. But this communist thing, people, just imagine if every order was $6.50 and all of this stuff, and that's it. Multi-apping would not matter, all this other stuff. People, you got to start looking at other countries like this. Be thankful that you are in a country like the one we are in, to where you can actually pursue being your own real boss if you've never had, the real chance. We got a lot of people that are driving and doing it, and they love saying that they're their own boss, but these are people that, they're never punctual, or I won't say never. They're not. Most of the time, they're not punctual. They don't show up on time. They cut corners. They do a lot of these things that when they are working for an employer, they don't get put into a situation to be a manager or anything because of all these same traits. People, if you have those same traits and characteristics, and you come over to just start saying you are your own boss, don't you think you're going to still do those same characteristics because you have not been debriefed on how to take those out to apply the new ones as a business owner? That's why we have a lot of dumb idiot drivers that talk, and it's most of them who always talk about the no trip, the no tip, no trip. It's most of them. It's most of them. Okay, but if we live in a communist country and we get paid, or they're getting paid in Vietnam, and you absolutely have no choice, you better stop that complaining here. Go get your money. And we have a whole generation of baby boomers and people who are highly, strongly influenced by them, which are their kids, and they still believe in seeing the work done first. They believe in seeing the work done first, and then they go ahead and give you a tip. While we still have a whole population of those people here, you have to abide and go ahead and do that. You cannot just kill these people off, because that is just mean and that is not humane. Okay, so you better stop that and get your act together. Now we're going to look at this news from this and hit that. You guys can hit the link there to come on. I want to know how you guys will feel about working in a communist country if you hit the link. And then when we go over this big giant news for the delivery giant apps, I'm going to go over that news. I'm going to go over that news right after we look at this this guy posing as a delivery driver. What's up, Keith? What's up, Keith? How's it going? I'm going to play this video right here. Let me go ahead and push mute.
man posing as a delivery driver demands a signature for a package. But what he was really after was access to the home. Our crime reporter Henry Lee live now after talking to that San Francisco resident. Henry.
Heather, this was a real package, but the guy at the door was a fake delivery guy and a potential home invader. Surveillance video shows a man walking up to a home in San Francisco and picking up a package that was already delivered. He takes a look at the label and then rings the bell.
And he said, "Hey, there's a package here for you. You know, you have to sign for it. Open the door."
It happened on Cotter Street near San Jose Avenue in the city's Mission Terrace neighborhood about 6:45 Thursday evening. Angelica Santa Maria and her husband weren't home at the time. Her husband told the man remotely just to leave the package after sensing something was off.
And the guy had walked up and picked that up and looked at the name, saw my name, maybe figured it was woman. Hey, let me just see if she'll open the door, right?
But the stranger wouldn't take no for an answer.
Still, you know, he had some gall to still pretty much insist, open the door several times. He's like, "Oh, well, you're not going to get your package then, are you? So he started getting a little weird after a few tries.
Her husband told the guy that he was on camera and to just go ahead and take the package and leave.
And that's when he got mad and spit on the camera, threw the package at the gate, left the package and left.
Santa Maria thinks they fended off a would-be home invader.
He didn't care about the package. He wanted to gain access somehow, maybe, you know, get some money, rob us, or get something in the house. He seemed pretty insistent.
The man was not in a uniform, although some who deliver packages don't wear them. He was carrying this distinctive small towel. Santa Maria and SFPD hope anyone who recognizes him will come forward. Now, she tells me surveillance cameras actually caught the man looking at her next-door neighbor's home, apparently to see if they had a package there as well.
I'm so mad. Did you guys see that package he had in his hand? The wallaby licorice? That's what I eat every single day when I'm doing my videos. I'm so mad that that dude eats. That's the best licorice of all time. Even a dumb criminal wants to eat it. They are so good. He's got good taste in licorice, I'll tell you that. But I will also tell you this. She said, you know, possible home invasion. No, he was trying to get in there and rape you. He saw a woman, he saw a female, he saw a victim. He was trying to get up in them cheeks. That's exactly what he was trying to do. Did you see his eyes? Did you see his eyes? And he had that pointy like witch, that pointy witch-like stare. Yes, he was trying to get in there and commit rape. He was drugged up, and if he would have got in there, he would have found that she wasn't like, she was going to act like she doesn't know where whatever else it is, and then he was going to get fed up with that, and he was going to try to rape her. That's what he was going to try to do. They have to get that guy off the street. He went to the next door neighbor. Now, this is what I keep telling you delivery drivers who keep telling me no one watches their cameras. People, they watch their cameras because everything gets delivered. That is how the economy is ran now. They watch everything from their doorbell. If they don't have the doorbells, they have those small ones that are up on the driveway. And if you look closely, people, some people go out to the outdoors and they have those cameras and they have those that are tied to their tree. I know because I deliver and I know what houses have those. They have them tied and camouflaged to the tree. And if you look up in some places, people close on those the clothesline poles, the power line poles. Some people actually have cameras up on those pointing to the house. You guys don't pay attention to none of your surroundings. None of them. I'm telling you. And as you see, they were talking to him through the door. You watch people talk to me in my videos through the door. You cannot say people don't do that. That's how this guy is going to get caught. They're going to catch him because he was on someone's Ring doorbell, and you saw his face. His face was all the way there. They have facial recognition there. He looks like a transient, so they're gonna put it up there. Someone's gonna say, "Oh, that's so and so." When they do those flyers, they're going to catch him. And he's going to be in jail. He'll be in jail faster than you know because he's drugged up. He's going to try to do this again. He's going to try to do this again. So shame on him. But this is some big news right here. DoorDash revolution. If you have the time, click the link now and hop in because I'm about to go into this. Let me share this link right now, people. Now, previously, I did a breakthrough. I did a breakthrough article that was a real agreement that Lunchbox had did and Novodyne did, and they broke down how they were changing the game and how the game is changing, and they're a big role in it as far as the restaurants being able to minimize the orders by way of how much dollars are spent so that they can actually prepare the orders and get them sent out, and also how they are able to go ahead at some locations, if they are all the way fully into the integration of the system, they can actually pick the delivery drivers that they want to fulfill the orders. I did this article, about a month and some change ago, did that article. Now this is going in a little bit deeper as far as from another point of view of it, and we're going to break this article down right here. There are no content creators that are in the gig economy that goes and gets the stuff and puts it out. No one does it. No one does it. I put it out so we all can hear. So there's no second guessing. So let's get into this right here. Let me share this screen so everyone can see that I am not making it up when I'm reading the stuff. You guys can actually see the screen yourself. So let's share. Hold on, let's share this. There's a button, share screen. Whoop-de-doo-de-doo. Oh no, here it is. Bam. Okay, so here's what it's called: delivering the digital restaurant. Delivery is dead. Long live delivery. We are going to go into this right now, okay? As layoffs mount and financial markets shift, it's important to remember that delivery and the technology that has empowered it is no passing fad, all right? Restaurant delivery disruptors from seed to post-IPO are announcing layoffs, hiring freezes, and slow growth shuttering experiments, strategy pivots, and leadership changes as the financial markets shift and money becomes harder to access. Restaurant industry upstarts are no less impacted by their other peers in the tech. The layoffs are much more emblematic of what's going on in the broader economy, and particularly in the financial markets, that is off of the future of delivery. Okay, that is of the future of delivery. The current validity of the financial markets is causing all startups to look at their burn rates in a new light. The previous easy money was causing some startups to invest in growth that would justify the valuations, the negatives. Or as Lunchbox CEO, the Bill RI told Business Insider, we were all drunk on VC money and we needed to sober up. Chow Chow CEO. I did an article on the Chow Chow. Chris Webb described the change to Business Insider this way. Interest rates have been essentially zero for 12 years, and that has allowed business, Chow Chow included, to grow very quickly and take advantages of cheap capital. That era is now behind us. Okay, people. It says we've heard a number of restaurants now see. I told you. Well, the restaurants say now they told them that, see, I told you. This delivery thing is a fad, enabled by venture capital funds and necessitated by the pandemic. Now the money is drying up. People can and want to leave their homes again, and prices eventually increase to pay for the convenience of having something delivered. Consumers don't want it anymore. Now, I don't know what consumers they're talking about because people are ordering. We've also heard, we've also heard more than a few industry observers predict that the demise of many of the disruptive companies that were funded during the pandemic. It says, we disagree. Delivery is not a fad. It is here to stay. That's what I do believe. It is how the economy is being ran, from what I think. But as with all disruption, it's going through in creative phase where innovative companies try out different approaches to meet consumer demand. As the phase comes to a close, some consolidation and it says some consolidation, reorganization is required. Olo, Toast, and DoorDash in particular have been buying up, pretty much everything and will likely continue to do so. DoorDash is trying to just buy. Other well-funded startups like Reef and Lunchbox, okay, will focus on their core business and create devisable IP to find their path of profitability and accelerate their maturation into sustainable companies. It says now the layoffs, people. The layoff announcements generally have two things in common. First, the companies are trying to extend their runway in the event that the financial markets remain unstable. A lower burn rate makes it easier to survive and see a better day. Having fewer employees makes it easier to have a lower burn rate. Okay. Second, it says second. Let me go ahead and pull up. Did I hear a link? Okay, bam. Let me go ahead and okay, yeah, you're up there. I don't know what they're talking about. We've also heard. Go ahead and mute that mic. You got to close the other one. Yeah. Rev, you got to close the YouTube tab and just keep it open on StreamYard. Don't even go in. You don't even got to go in the YouTube tab. You can just come in the studio. You can just come on in straight to StreamYard. Okay, it says second, they're pivoting to position their business to focus on the core. For example, the Reef layoffs earlier in the year included an announcement that they are going to focus on core geographies that are going to stop some product expansions that got them into entirely new non-restaurant verticals. Okay. New non-restaurant verticals. They're talking about different ways of doing your thing. What companies are saying with these moves is, hey, if we focus on the core thing that we're really competent at, where our secret success is, which is restaurant technology, restaurant brands, and restaurant ghost kitchens, that's where we're gonna. It says that's where much more likely to get a profit. So they already understand that. So. They said it's not gonna. They said this is not gonna say that all delivery startups will survive. Many will be acquired by the powerful few. Okay, the powerful few. Many will close their doors, and few will create the future that we paint in our book. Now, that's what I want to talk to you guys about there. The future that they paint inside their book. Now, we've been going over all of this stuff for many months, myself and the DoorDash revolution. Okay, myself and the DoorDash revolution. Many of these people, many of the places that are going to be trying to do certain things, they will not be able to, and they're going to be eaten up. They're going to be eaten up, and they're going to have to be eaten up by the larger ones there. The larger ones there are the ones that have done their thing in their deals with Lunchbox and Novodyne. Okay, the larger ones have done their agreement with Lunchbox and Novodyne. So with that being said, if they're saying that the larger companies are going to be the ones that are going to continue to grow, and all the small ones are going to be getting eaten up, then that lets you know, man. Then that lets you know right there what's going to happen. They're changing the approach and the whole setup for what this whole delivery thing is, and they're letting you know in sections like this. And if you are not paying attention to this stuff as a delivery driver, you will be hit for a rude awakening. That's why we go ahead and put this stuff out there. Let me see. It says if you will create the future in the paint, okay, see where they're going to be able to eat. I'm trying to figure out. I just lost it. Started with a media choir. Okay, yeah. It says that this is not to say that all delivery startups will survive. Many will be acquired by the powerful few. So, and like I said, the powerful few people are the ones that are going to be doing their thing. And if you create the future that we paint, a few, but it's gonna be rare. Those are going to be the ones that have learned to adapt and go to what they are trying to do or not trying to do, what the whole agenda is. The ones who do not adapt, they get left behind. It's just the same way here with us driving as delivery drivers. People, the way that I do my deliveries is the way that they have it. They've already had it set up like that, but it really wasn't enforced. But now they see how crazy and it's going into the direction that they have already had set. This is how they want you to do the deliveries, and they want to go like this so that everything can run through the systems and make it even better for everyone. And it can't happen like that until we all, get on the same page. But they're not going to wait until we get all on the same page. The drivers that want to quit because they don't feel it's going in the right direction, go ahead and quit. And the few that they're talking about will go ahead and be able to go ahead and balance out and make it right the way it's supposed to be. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring up this right here. It says, let me see. It says delivering with digital restaurants is too early to say which company is which, and it's possible that the winners have not been created yet. Think MySpace versus Facebook, okay, or Ask Jeeves versus Google. Okay, you got, and this is what we're talking about with. We already have Uber Eats, you got DoorDash, Uber Eats, you got Grubhub, and we have all those other little small ones that are there. A lot of those small ones are going to get eaten up and taken and absorbed by these other ones. The new company that started up, I did an interview, an article on the Asian company over there in the East Coast. I think they're in Connecticut, and they said that they started their own delivery service that they think can be more efficient than the other ones and pay the drivers better. They might be one of the chosen few that will go with the situation and not be eaten up. Okay, what's up, DoorDash? What's up? There he is. What's good, Rev?
Hey, just fine. How's everything?
Oh, yes. Let me see. Man. Okay, let me get to where this is gonna be. Let me see. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip that whole thing because that's just going about actually, you know what? So this is going to talk about those late layoffs there. It says, while our hearts go out to those affected by the layoffs, their experience will be invaluable when they apply in many other restaurant tech companies. They're saying that, man, it's sorry you got laid off, but you will be successful somewhere else. This is true in all affected industry verticals. It says Crunchbase analyzed all this layoff news and concluded that 143 U.S. tech companies have laid off more than 24,000 people through June of 2022. People, that's a lot. We're really thinking about something that is affecting all of technology, not just restaurant technology providers. It's time to pause, reflect, and pivot. Now, what that's saying is, people, that when people are saying, what's wrong with the app? How come I haven't fixed this thing yet? Whenever you hear a question like that and you wonder why things are not fixed, well, they laid off a lot of these people. In these 24,000 people, you don't know which people were like really good people that could actually fix things and which ones, it's just a numbers thing. Everyone can be replaced. That's just the way it is. So a lot these tech people, they lost people on the restaurant side, the delivery side. They lost people all over the place, and they're trying to get these people to come back. But what's going to happen is probably after everything settles, they'll probably reapply for the same companies, and the competition for those jobs will be a whole lot harder. That's probably what's going to happen there. Now, let's get to, let me see. It says, it said in a LinkedIn post a week after his company made a sweeping layoffs in just 7 days of amazing team, NextBite took live over 750 new locations, beating the previous onboarding record significantly. So people, and you see what that is, Rev. They had all these layoffs, and they have a record in onboarding in places because now that they took away all, they're buying out all those other ones. people have to go into new companies, so it makes it look like the jobs are being hired. That sucks right there. That's move one place and put to another. Now this says, while DoorDash and Uber Eats growth has shown as customers adjust their behavior to account for inflation, their revenue is still growing. According to YipTip, data quoted in the Wall Street Journal, both order volume and delivery spending are still growing double digits. While this is a dramatic reduction from the pandemic heights as triple digits, it still reflects consumers valuing the convenience of delivery. There's a lot of people that say that this is not a job. Delivery is not a job. This article was for the people that say delivery is not a job, and these are for the people that are they think delivery is not a job. And there's some drivers that got the job because they were like, well, that's what everyone's doing. They're probably going to not drive anymore because of all these changes. They're probably going to go back to what they used to do, so they don't have to deal with all of this stuff right here, people. But they make deals, as you see. The chosen few, the DoorDash, the Uber Eats, and just the chosen few. Those are the chosen few that made the deal with Lunchbox and Novodyne. So you got to understand that part right there. They made the big deal with Lunchbox and Novodyne for the whole delivery process to be changed up. And as you see, based upon numbers and everything else like that, they're doing layoffs. People have been saying that they're getting deactivated for no reason. They're doing this not for no reason, man. They're doing these things right because that change is now here. What you got to say about that, DoorDash?
That's going to be a rude awakening for everybody because we done had the mindset of being trapped into our own habits, which is going to be the demise of how we make money in this business, because we're not looking at this going to hit us like a landslide. That's the reason why customer ratings are very imperative. Your customer service is very imperative, because as I did research myself, these restaurants, I done talked to different operators. They said that they tired of drivers' attitudes and behaviors, and they tired of drivers running away with the food, and they losing money in their business. They want to have control again of the restaurants so they can be able to pick and choose what drivers that they want. That's what I was told last week when I talked to a lot of these operators here. See, eventually bad dash is going to get weeded out. They're going to see that the money's not as lucrative as it once was, and they're going to go back to that 9 to 5. But at the same token, you didn't hurt our market. You didn't kill our market. That's what we've been talking about in the past, about you got to have the right mindset when you're doing this as a business. You're delivering people food. They are your client. The restaurants are your client. You see, DoorDash is your client. But like we done said once before, you're not taking this thing seriously. You're being selfish. You're about, all I want to do is get mine, and I'm not worried about everybody else. Okay, so when this get put into place, what you're going to do is find another job and all of this. So you're going to get weeded out because of it and because your attitude and how you holding people food hostage. I saw a YouTuber. He turned around. He teamed up with another guy, and they had this Grubhub lady waiting for an hour and a half while they was multi-app, and that's bad. That's bad. That's the reason why these things get ready to get put in place. So those that want to be in it for the long haul, it's time for you to have a serious mindset how you deal with your clientele.
And that is, and people, that's just the way it is. They talked about people getting laid off. Look, it's a trickle down effect, people. When they start laying off the tech people, when the tech people start getting laid off, people, what do you think the tech people do? They're in charge of making sure the apps are ran right. And if they lay off tech people and there's still all those drivers that are still driving, they cannot handle all those drivers. So what do? They go through a process of filtering. And they go through filtering the drivers while they have these less people, and then they figure out which ones through that. Those are their funnels. they funnel them. So they get rid of all them other ones. And then, like they said, when they get rid of all them other companies that are going to get eaten up, now those other people that lost the jobs in the tech companies can now reapply for, whatever else it is. Now, whatever company that they're working for might be that small one, whatever it was, they're probably going to keep that same building and just put the name of that as a sub-location there so they can still do their thing. But they're going to have to go ahead and try to apply to go ahead and get this stuff in because they can't just give it to them. Now they have to apply because they got to have the right people as far as tech-wise coming in too, people. Everything has to work right. It starts there from the top. Then once it starts there from the top, then when we start delivering, they'll see the new trends of how it's going. Then they'll see the new money coming in. Then that's when they start to adjust our current pay, your future pay. That's how they start doing all of that stuff there. But when you see that they're cutting their people, it's gonna be cutting to the people. We are the people outside with a picket sign saying, "Hey, I'm picketing to go do that order for you." You know what I mean? It's like they're picking us. They're picking us. So you gotta understand that once they make decisions right now during this transitional phase, if you get deactivated from an app and it changes, you're not going to be able to come back up when everything is good because you got deactivated from the app. They don't bring you back once you get deactivated. So you gotta understand that these deals are real. These deals are true. People don't want to hear about them, but I will tell you that's how that goes. Now, without further ado, what I want to do is I want to show you guys this ridiculous piece of thing right here with this police officer detaining people for no reason. Check this out. Let me go to my let me go to my page right here in your channel. All right, I'm gonna hit mute real quick. I'm gonna bring up this video real quick. Let me share this screen.
Open your mind. Oh yeah? They provide munchies and shit. Really? Cannabis lounge. Wow. Interesting. I've never
watch this whole thing.
That's great. I like it. That's pretty cool. Need a tour. Yeah, right? I don't see anybody in there right at the moment. That's pretty cool, though. Oh, yeah, sure is. You know, it was funny. We were just walking by, and she said, "You can't record me." And we didn't think much of it. We went in here, and they gave us a tour of this facility right here because it's the first one of its kind. It's pretty nice. I haven't been in there yet. It's actually beautiful in there. Is it? A little smelly, but that's not surprising. You're right. But then we come out, and we were walking back this way, and she said, "Aren't you going to wait for the cops?" We're like, "Oh, yeah, sure." We don't want them thinking we're running from them, you know. Or, you know, there's no expectation of privacy in public. Could I get your name and badge number? Officer Clark, 3907. Thank you. Yes. Yep. Gotcha. I got a card. Oh, no, we don't need it. No, we're good. So what was the state police SWAT rolling through town for? No clue. They don't tell us. They don't tell us the state police. Oh, you guys don't get to hear it on the radio or nothing? No, stuff like that. Yeah, because they come through with lights and siren. I was wondering what that siren was. Yeah, we heard it earlier too. But... Yeah, we're still holding light posts, so yeah.
go into anything, honestly. Who knows?
But yeah, this is what we do. We educate people. You know, usually we get to talk to them and educate them that way, but sometimes it ends up this way.
Gotcha. You guys do it independently? Or
Yeah.
You guys got YouTube? Or
Yep,
Facebook?
YouTube and Facebook.
You guys have cards that says
I do.
I'm not that professional.
You're not yet? I'm just curious. Do you have separate YouTubes or are they the same?
Separate.
Can I get your YouTube?
Yeah,
Check it
sure.
out.
It's a de facto media group.
De facto? DE?
Yep, FACTO.
There you go.
And then media group. And you'll be able to identify me through that, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You got a card? I got that. I can check it out.
That's quite the company.
Just because you dropped your ash on the ground, that's actually a violation of Michigan law.
The ash?
Yes, sir. It's actually a fire hazard. And
I'll pick it up then.
can I get your ID, please?
It's ash.
Yes, sir.
I picked it up.
DNR law says it's.
So I picked it up and put it away.
Can I get your ID, please?
That's quite the company.
Just because you dropped your ash on the ground, that's actually a violation of Michigan law.
The ash?
Yes, sir. It's actually a fire hazard. And
I'll pick it up then.
can I get your ID, please?
It's ash.
Yes, sir.
I picked it up.
DNR law says it's.
So I picked it up and put it away.
Can I get your ID real quick?
Really?
Yes, sir. Please. It's a violation of law. Just like if you're speeding, just because you slow down, doesn't mean you
So
didn't
you're
violate
saying
the
the
law.
ashes off a cigarette
100%
are a violation?
Yes, it's a fire hazard in the state of Michigan. It's also considered litter.
All right, listen to all of this. Listen to all of this. Watch this. Now, you saw there, I had to show that whole beginning, and these are First Amendment auditors. Now, so First Amendment auditors, but you know they're not even doing nothing wrong. They gave their cards, okay? They gave their press cards. They gave those, and everything's fine. Why did this have to happen? Check this out.
A fire hazard on concrete.
Yes, sir. State of Michigan is considered a fire hazard.
Really?
Yes, sir.
You really want to go down this route?
I'm just telling you it is. That's all. I'm recording as well. That's. Can I get your ID?
Can I
real quick?
see the law?
If you'd like to look it up, you're more than welcome to. But
All right, I'm going to look it up real quick.
Snag your ID from you real quick, and then you'll be all set.
Let me look it up real quick. So what law would that be called?
It's a Michigan fire hazard and Michigan littering.
I'd like to look at the law first, please.
Correct. Yep. Like I said, it is a violation of Michigan law, and I am requesting your identification for citation potential purposes.
And I will be more than happy to once I know what the law is so I can read it.
Okay. Well, while I look up you on your ID and write you down on my paperwork, you can look up the law.
I want to see the law first
Okay.
to see whether or not I am required to identify.
You are required under a Michigan,
If I broke the law.
which you did. What law is it? By placing an ash on the ground as a littering violation in the state of Michigan.
So basically, you're telling me everybody that smokes in public is littering.
Yes, sir.
So that's unenforceable then.
No, sir.
Well, yeah, because
Everybody
you're
drives down the
you're
road
just
that
picking
speeds.
and choosing who you're gonna.
Everybody drives down the road and speeds, but doesn't
Yeah.
mean that we get everybody. I wasn't privy to the conversation.
So he's saying I littered because of cigarette ashes. I kept the cigarette butt. I didn't drop the butt. And he's saying my ashes is litter. How is that litter? It's ashes. He's trying to say I broke the law, which I didn't. If that were the case, then everybody that walks down a public street with a cigarette is breaking the law and nobody's getting a ticket for it.
What it comes down to is you want his ID. You want to be in control. What threat to safety has been?
You're saying it's a littering violation.
You're power hungry, and you're a threat to this community. Is what it is. This is the kind of things we're out looking for. It's guys like you that need to be off the force.
And I even scooped up the ashes to try to appease him and put them in that receptacle right there.
I can't believe it. You guys swore an oath to the Constitution. You're wearing that, right? I mean, LT, come on. This is ridiculous, honestly. We're out here exercising our First Amendment right, and he's smoking. There's ash. You're a young cop over here is power hungry and wants to get his ID. What's the point of that, other than power and control?
Okay, this is hilarious, right? This is hilarious, right? This cop is doing that over Ash, and the dude was like, pick it up. He said, I still got the cigarette, but the ash fell. So now the guy takes him. He's like, this little kid is right. So the little kid is right. So he has to take him into the car and talk to him. But people, this is how I tell you why my video DoorDash, this is your problem, has over 100,000 views. Is because you have dumb drivers, okay? You have dumbass drivers, people, that you got dumbass drivers that will do stupid things. You got dumb policemen that will just try to do something for his name over ashes. Let's keep watching.
I mean, not to mention it's biodegradable. It's not like I'm dumping trash.
Element. It's ash. It's burnt up. It's an element that was burned. There's nothing left. It's not a physical element.
Right.
That's ridiculous. Good luck in court. That's a lawsuit.
The same as if you have a pile of trash and you burned it.
If you're burning,
well, that's an EPA violation.
That's huge.
I'm just asking.
Right.
I mean, you're stating that you have something that is man-made.
Right.
That you smoke.
The tobacco itself isn't man-made.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying it's man. I'm just asking this question.
I get what you're coming from, but those fumes and all that burning trash. Of course, it's the same in cigarettes, but obviously there's no regulation.
Okay, so we're just belittling the issue, which is this is a cigarette opposed to a bag of trash. I'm just asking a question.
No,
well, I didn't drop the cigarette butt. It was just ash.
We're talking about ash. So I'm saying if you burn a bag of trash, say it's all paper and tobacco products, and you burn that, and it releases EPA environmental issues.
Right.
Because it's a bag of trash, that's an issue. That's a ticket. But because you're saying it's a cigarette and you drop an ash off the cigarette, that's totally different.
Right.
Exactly. Smoking a cigarette? Are you serious?
No, I'm just saying, I'm asking a question. I'm like saying we're taking something.
But that's a law. I'm sure there's laws that restrict burning trash for, obvious reasons with the atmosphere.
No, I'm just saying is if you had a whole bag of cigarettes and it was burned. No, I'm just saying is if you had a whole bag of cigarettes and it was burned and it was on the side of the road and it was a big pile of ash. Is it different because it's just one or a whole?
I think it's a bad comparison because it's
Why
not
is
really painful. It's pretty ridiculous.
I'm asking questions.
I mean, we have 3 cops for someone flicking an ash. But you guys were here beforehand and you already wanted our IDs. You got our cards. You can easily go identify it.
To her.
Okay.
I just got your information.
Obviously, you're the one that tried to pull a bogus charge.
It is a violation of Michigan littering law.
But you don't know.
Okay. I do not know the
law.
I do not know the
law.
I do not know the law.
But then how can you?
Do you know the laws off the top of your head, sir?
Oh, not all of them, but a good amount of them.
So.
Well, then how are you going to? How are you going to ask for an ID?
That has been
you don't know.
Violation of law for the past 7 years that I've been doing this. I have stopped multiple vehicles for that reason.
An ash out the window or a cigarette butt?
Ash. Cigarette ash out a window
You
for
think
on
the
a public way.
taxpayers want to pay for that?
Just letting you know, sir. It is a violation of law. Okay? So, please do not ash on the ground while you're here in Calcasa.
Okay.
This is your verbal warning for that.
Okay.
But only if I leave or cause it to be left, which I did not.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
Any other questions for me today?
There's no ID law in the state of Michigan unless it's for a traffic offense.
Oh, you should watch it.
Take care,
You
guys.
should learn
All right.
from it too. Unreal.
I don't know if you have your service or not, but thanks for your service.
We're helping you train your officers.
And believe it or not,
You know, I mean,
it might not seem it. He is a very good officer. He's a field training officer. And the training might be a little bit hard to. They split a lot of hairs, but they get a lot of drugs to it.
right.
Like drug intervention. So it might seem real light, but it kind of can lead to other bigger things. So, it's maybe a right place, right time.
Right.
You guys don't look like you're packing any major amounts of contraband. So,
Nope.
All right, man, we'll leave you alone.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Yeah. Did you see that? Over the cigarette ash to try to look into something else for nothing. That, my friend, is crazy. Over the cigarette ash, over not bothering nobody, but gonna bring up the cigarette ash. That is a crime in the state. I said, what in the world? What did you think about that?
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But I was actually looking through some information on it. It's an argument. You can't argue just like he did. He said, show me the law. Show me where it is illegal. Show me where it is a criminal offense for me, just to drop an ash. And then he picked it up. But yeah, it's a controversial topic right there, because in some areas they do look at that ash itself as being able to start a fire if it's near grass or anything that's flammable. That's what I was looking at right there. But the way he came at him, he could have came a different direction. He could have warned him about, don't do that. That can be part of littering. But they was talking about cigarette butts. So as I was looking at the information here, that's going to be a controversial topic until they put it in writing, literally saying that the ash itself is illegal. You see what I'm saying?
So
what he was trying to do.
He's tying the ash to the cigarette butt.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
but
wow.
That's the reason why he asked him about, show me the law. Can I look at the law? Because he knew that he could argue against it, because it don't literally say itself that the ash itself is illegal, but they was trying to say the fire that the fire that the ash has within it could cause a potential fire if it's near grass or near flammable materials and all of that. That's what he's. No, not yet. Okay. Yeah. So that's what that was.
Now, what do you think about him? Did you see anything about the picking up the ash? Because he said I picked it up. So did you see anything in there about picking up, since it's not the ash, about picking up the cigarette butt? Is there anything about picking up a cigarette butt?
No, but the cigarette butt itself can be illegal. I mean, it can be littering. It can be considered littering if, like, you thump it and it's on the ground. That is considered littering. But the ash itself isn't.
Wow.
So that's the reason.
So people that don't know that, like these First Amendment auditors do. Now, did you see how the people that don't know will go ahead and go with what the officer did, and that officer know that he just doing that thing, he pushing the line there. But did you see how his lieutenant had to pull him into the car, had to take him back into the car and talk to him? What do you think about that? That if you are an officer and you got some little kid talking and telling you this stuff, and then your lieutenant pulls you in the car, what did you think about that? And how should he feel about that?
Well, how I feel about that was that, that really embarrassed the lieutenant, because he couldn't really answer the question. And when he was asked, he threw his hands up like, we got to, take proper procedures and technique and being able to show our officers what it is and what not to do as far as a subject like that. But I know that he talked to him. That would have been me. I'd have been like, man, what was you doing? What was you thinking? You trying to get a case on us, and all of that. I know I would have roasted him because he could have came a different way about, how he did that. He could have warned him, but still like, telling him it's against the law. He could have warned him like, that's a potential situation that can cause littering. Matter of fact, suppose it blows to where it's flammable material. It could cause a fire. He could have came that way and explained it a whole lot better than what he did. Than what he did.
Oh man. Did you see
That's what
go ahead.
That's what happens when people sometimes has authority. They will abuse that power. And when they abuse that power and mistreating law-abiding citizens, you can also commit a crime yourself by doing things like that. And a lot of times officers do. They'll sometimes they'll speed through that light, and it might not be a crime, it might not be no emergency, just to get past the light because they don't wait in line. So they got to be reminded as well that they got to abide by the laws that they trying to enforce as well.
Right. Whew, I got another one that we go see. Oh, now remember there was a video I put up the other about a week ago, and it was when the rapper had intervened with the police officer when they slammed the girl on the ground, and we didn't see the first part of that video. I found the first part of that video. I'm gonna probably show it tomorrow. And she was actually a delivery driver, and what happened was the officer was trying to take her scooter, and she was trying to stop him from taking her scooter. She had all her papers and everything for it. He was trying to take the scooter, and then he slammed her down. So we'll bring up that. Oh, and also, people, I want to let you know that I have an interview that is going to be going on. Hopefully I can get it in within tomorrow or on Friday. We're gonna have a mental health interview. Now there is a content creator that I met by way of the James Guy Got community again, and her content, she is on here doing content because of she says it's for mental health and things like that. So when I approached her on doing an interview on mental awareness, what is my dog doing? Princess, stop it, Princess. So I approached her on doing an interview on mental awareness. She explained some things in her life, personal, on why she's doing it, and so it's going to be such a great episode, such a great interview that I will be conducting on mental awareness with someone that wants to open up about mental awareness. That's why I didn't just go do a random interview about mental awareness when everyone was just talking about it. I went on Pedro's channel, and that was a very good live. I'm never going to take that away from him there. That mental awareness live was great. Go and check that out. Go to Pedro, DoorDash, Santiago, Mr. Bet on You's channel. See people. There's a difference between, there's a beef between me and a dude. But at the same time, I know what good work is when I see it. And if we don't get along like that, I'm still not going to hate on what some good work is. So that mental awareness live was a great one. Check that one out. And I have a lady that's going to be on here. Let me go grab my phone so I do not mispronounce the YouTube channel here. Let me get my phone. Okay. And let me go on here real quick. Bam, right here. Okay. And I was going to call her Cheryl Caldwell. That's why I was trying to avoid the name for those 35 seconds there. I was going to call her Cheryl Caldwell, people. And it's Sherry. It's Sherry. It could be Cheryl, but I wanted to make sure I said it right. Now, Sherry Caldwell, people, now this is the name of her YouTube channel. As you can see, it's not the name of some type of gig or anything else like that. She doesn't do any of that stuff. You guys will get a chance to understand what she's all about. But she goes on live. It's therapeutic for her, and it's a mental thing. So we will be going over that, and you will be hearing some things from someone that wants to open up about mental awareness. So I want to do a real mental awareness interview to make sure I can bring something that'll be beneficial for the people that may be watching so that they can learn. Also coming up, you guys know that my nephew was killed. Four gunmen have been caught. One gunman is they're looking for. They know who he is. 4 have been caught. He was shot in the back from multiple shooters. So we got that there. But his father, my oldest brother, okay, his stepson Anthony passed away. Gun violence in the state of Washington. Someone just walked up to the side of his car while he was at a park. He was eating. And he was just eating, and someone out of nowhere just came and got him. So my brother has lost 2, his own son and his stepson, relatively super close. So what's gonna happen is my brother sent me he sent me a message here, and I'm gonna go ahead and read it really quick. And it's nothing really too serious or anything. I just want to read it. So my brother sent me a message, and it says, because people are the funeral when we're gonna go ahead and do the ceremonies. That's gonna be on the 5th, coming up at 11 a.m. So he says I need to do a stop the gun violence interview when I'm there. Line it up. C1, father of C2. So that's the title that he wants. That's the title that I'm going to give him. So he says I'll be there Sunday. So it won't be one of the interviews, people, where it's split like this. I'll probably be sitting like this, and I'll be turned this way or this way. However it is, he's going to be sitting on the couch. Okay, he's gonna be sitting on the couch, and we are going to go over that. So that's going to be an interview on gun violence, people. For those of you who want to hear a message from someone who has lost two kids with gun violence, someone who was shot himself and has used that thing a few times. It's good to hear how someone has matured and have done their thing, so that you can hear from them why. So that is coming up. So I'm going to make the thumbnail and all of that for that. Stay tuned for that, and that will be streaming on the multiple platforms. Also, people, in about a week, I'm going to add on so I can stream to, right now I stream on 3 at one time. I'm going to have it so I'm streaming at 5 or whatever the maximum is. If it's 7, I'm going to be streaming on 7 separate platforms at one time. It's all about getting it out there, people, letting everybody know what it's all about. So we're going to have a mental awareness, and then we're going to have that. I did see inside the room earlier. How'd you like that Sunfish King interview?
That was nice, man. That was a nice interview. But before I speak on it, first of all, man, I give condolences, man, to your family and to you. And we'll be praying for your family as well, man. You know, we got to realize that it's a serious matter that's dealing with, gun violence, man. And it's everywhere. It's not just in some of your worst cities. It can happen in a country town, suburban area, everywhere, man. We just have to be vigilant. But our hearts is out for your family, man, and we will be sending our prayers.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, man.
Now, Sunfish, man, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that interview. That was a great interview, man. And I used to look at Bill Dance when I was coming up, fishing techniques as an angler and all of that, catching catfish. Even people say, oh, it's easy to catch catfish, but if you're going to do it at a level to where you're doing tournaments, it's a lot of technique and strategy, man. So he knew what he was talking about, and crappie and all that, the different jigs and stuff he was talking about. He definitely knew what he was talking about, man. And he's pretty good at it, because I done looked at a lot of his videos and study some of his techniques. And I'm gonna try them when I go this fall. It's gonna be time for me to do some more fishing.
Yeah, man. And he talked to me. We spoke off when it was over, and he said he really liked the interview. He said he was going to take some stuff from the interview and use on his. He said, "Sorry if I steal your juice." I said, "No, look." I said, "This is how it goes. You were supposed to take things that you can apply to what you were doing. If you don't need it, you don't use it." So I said, whatever you saw you can use, go ahead and take those things. So yeah, he said he liked it, and he said, on the air, he said. He said he liked that I knew what I was talking about, as far as the controversial, the controversial side, environmental side, So he liked that. He liked that it wasn't just someone that didn't know anything to ask certain questions, certain questions that I asked that, yeah, you got what I'm talking about, to ask that quick question there. And he was very receptive, liked to do very great things. And I asked him if we can bring him on. I said if there's some new things about fish coming up that I just want to get an answer for. He said I'll come on and do a split screen with you, and then he said if there's things going on in my area that where I've completely feel that he said I see that you know what you're doing. He said if it comes down to where I gotta get you, I'm gonna go get you so you can come and speak to my people about this, because I can't do it. You can. People, when you know your limitations, that's a good quality, people. That's a good quality. You don't want to do everything. Now there's sometimes when you're doing stuff like this, producing and stuff, you can do this yourself. But at some point, when things grow, you cannot do this stuff by yourself. You have to know when to let go and be like, I trust you, let's go. That is what it's all about. And that trust is a good respect. Because no one's gonna go ahead and disrespect no one. It's all gonna move on that level there. That's why this partnership right here, people, is here. That's why it's here. So for some of you guys that were like, man, I'm gonna click off of Hot Facts, and then you went and you're subscribed to the Rev because you may like him, but then you had a sorry feeling about me, but then you see, dang it, he's over here too. Yes, people. I'm over here too, and if you heard from the Sunfish King, he said the great stuff as far as giving the information and teaching you guys how to go ahead and do it right. You know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna play his because I thought that was very, very good, because it didn't come from somebody in the gig economy or anything. I thought it was pretty good. Let me see what this is.
Yeah, he could be the next Bill Dance.
Yeah, it was pretty. That was pretty good what he said. I think it's about right here. It's at the end. I know that's for sure. Let me see. I'm gonna share the screen.
Had just started a channel but didn't know what type of content to make, didn't have the means to do that. So it was just our way of giving back and trying to help out as many people make the content that they want to make and what they're passionate about as we could. And I think it was a tremendous giveaway. I think it went really, really well.
That was awesome. Now, people, it is just about that time, people, because I got a Hot Facts, people, gig edition at 3:15, people. So stay tuned for that one. We're going to talk about how it is delivering in a communist country, how this was brought up. I'm over on Instagram, and they watch Hot Facts on Instagram. And Vietnam, they love me over there on Instagram, and they were.
I'm on all the classic ones, like he said, the big four. I'm on the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. But on any, so these are some of my.
And they watch Hot Facts on Instagram. And Vietnam, they love me over there
as we could, and I think it was a tremendous giveaway. I think it went really, really well. Different than us. They do outdoor stuff different than us. Let's let them share their story and their experience. Anyone who was thinking about starting a YouTube channel or lights, fishing gear, all types of stuff like that, helping people out with their channels. And it ended up being.
I'm going to do it like this, people. I'm going to find this really quick. Really quick. Just bear with me, people, because I know it's at the end. So just bear with me. I'm going to mute it again.
Being over $3,000 worth of prize from Off the Hook Outdoors. I was a big troublemaker, but you know what I mean. There's just some decisions I wouldn't have made. And when I maybe PG-13, I try to keep them appropriate to where if younger kids are in there watching, their parents won't be like, hey, you need to turn that crap off. Like, I try to keep it somewhat family friendly. And the reason is I'm all about getting the.
You don't know what done is, you'll figure out what done is. He said done. I went over there and I was like, man, I scrolled through all the videos, factuals. And I like how you said he does this and does that all the time. You may just want to catch me for the interview section. Live, there are people, everyone convert all the things that they of the methods on how I teach. I actually teach it. Whatever, I can't find it. Talk to them, Rev. Talk to them about something. I'm gonna go through on my phone real quick so I can pull it up. That'll be the fastest.
All right,
way
he brought out some. I got a chance to see the interview. He brought out a lot of valid points. Yes, he talked about fish, but he also talked about how he wanted to contribute back to the community as well. And that's what as content creators, that's what I want to sprinkle a little something on. As content creators, we are leaders, influencers, mentors. A lot of people try to mimic what we do out here. And just like Pavement said in one of his comments about that, we have to be kind of careful on what type of content that we bring, and I understood what he was talking about. And I'm going to use a good example of the people that I try to teach in my group. They came to the group, they came to gravitate around me, not just to get the information, but some of them had alternative motives, and I'll be talking about that in another episode. I'm not going to do it here, but sometimes I can give out too much information and then people will use it against you. And that's the reason why I'm in the situation I'm in with the DoorDash right now. You see what I'm saying? But we got them right now. We got them right now. And you and I are going to get a chance to collaborate on that. And that's what he was talking about, collaborating with content creators on a positive note, to where we can build a community together, from different aspects and different niches and bring them all together, including restaurant operators, including customers. And I ran into a author of a book. She write her own books and everything. She done been an executive, assistant executive producer. Her name is Miko. She had just subscribed, and I think she wanted to get a chance to talk to you. I said, I'll let him know. And everything. We had a long conversation as well. And she's her own business entrepreneur. And she have Doe Beverage where she does different types of things. She also was a admin professor at Vanderbilt University. So I said, I'll get with him on that and all of that, cause, she had pretty good, things that she wanted to bring to the table. She's a scooter. She uses a scooter. She do deliveries on a scooter. She do Uber Eats. She do that on a scooter. So we'll get back with you on that, brother. But back to Sunfish, that was a very key point that he was saying about being able to bring back to the community, to be able to help the community with a positive vibes of teaching and educating people that want to learn how to fish. It don't necessarily have to be on a tournament level, but if you want to survive, if things hit the fan, as they say, you should know something about survival. You should know how to be able to catch food and be able to prepare it and all of that. Knowing how to turn a tarp into a tent, survival techniques, prepping and all of that. So, so yeah, I understood that as, coming from the country. But yeah, that was a good video, man, that you
Yeah, he
guys
had a lot
did,
of
man. That was a good
information.
interview.
Yeah, I
Yes,
like to ask,
yes.
I wanted to ask him. That's why I wanted to ask him all that stuff, people what to look out for, what species might be there when you're fishing, just in case you don't know. All those things can help you, when we're doing our thing. I think I found it. Let me check. I think I found it. Let me go ahead and share this.
Good, and I think it was a tremendous giveaway. I think it went really, really well.
That was awesome. Now, people, it is just about that time, people, because I got hot facts, people, gig edition at 3:15, people. So stay tuned for that one. We're going to talk about how it is delivering in a communist country. How this was brought up. I'm over on Instagram, and they watch hot facts on Instagram. In Vietnam, they love me over there on Instagram, and they were telling me that it's communist, and every driver gets paid the exact same amount, and there's only 2 delivery companies. So we will be discussing that after this at 3:15. So what I'm going to do right now, Sunfish King, is go out, give some shout outs, and let everyone know where they can find you at.
Well, like I said, my name is Sunfish King everywhere. So these are some of my social medias right there. So if you are into fishing, check out the Fish Brain app, the Fish Angler app. Those are like social medias mixed with like the fishing app. So they tell you, where to catch fish and, what people are using and what people are catching. But you can also meet people on there and share your links and share your videos and share your catches as well. I'm on all the classic ones. Like he said, the big 4. I'm on the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. But on any of those, if you search Sunfish King, my name should come up. Now on YouTube, it might be Sunfish King, just like it is. On TikTok, it might be lowercase, like sunfish.king. But if you go and search Sunfish King on any of those social medias, you'll find me on there. I do want to say thank you for having me up, Robert. Hot Facts with Robert Reese here. If you guys have not checked out his channel, if you guys want to check out some more of his content, it's free to subscribe. Ring that bell. He puts out videos all the time, so you can see what he's about. Check out some more of his interviews, some more of his hot facts. And if you are in any type of a gig community, like you are a driver for Uber or Lyft or something like that, then you could definitely learn a lot from this dude right here. Great dude. And I also want to say thanks for everyone in the chat right now for showing some support. I'm glad some of my people from the Sunfish Squad came over here to show you some love and to watch the interview as well. So thank you, everybody.
And that was still not it, people, because I asked him, what do you feel about the hot facts thing? And he went fully into it. He went fully into, I gotta do it. I gotta do it because like, I ain't gonna lie, it felt good to hear someone that's not in the gig economy, like really.
You run into things like, I got friends who do tournament fishing, and it's kind of killed some of that love for fishing for them, because now you're not out just fishing having fun.
You're gonna have to deal with this with me, people. You know what? I'm gonna take a bathroom break and find it really quick. I'll be right back. Let me do a bathroom break. I'll be right back. You talk to them, Rev. I'm about to cue this up. You go ahead and talk to them. I'm gonna go ahead and cue it up. Let them know about some information or something. I'm about to try to cue this up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. What I want to talk about why he's looking for that information is I had a situation that happened with DoorDash. I was being threatened about deactivation. I'm not going to go into the deep aspects of it and everything, but I was able to stand my ground. What I want to talk about is the difference between using an iPhone and an Android. We compared this with my team 6 months ago. And the comparison was that when iPhone users hit decline, it affects their completion rate. where when Android users hit decline, it don't affect our completion rate. So it was a lot of disagreements, and it was a lot of I guess shots fired back and forth on my team about it. They was like it was unfair that Android users can hit decline and it don't affect their completion rate, but it affects ours. So my take was on it was like, look, why don't we get together? That's what we was doing, trying to find out what problems that you're having on iPhone and what problems we having on Android, and be able to find a solution for it. And a lot of them guys, it was back and forth. You know, it's like I'd have paid all of this money for my Android, not on for my iPhone, and your Android phone was cheap. So that kind of busted up our team because of that disagreement. Maybe some other drivers feel the same way. You know, you using the iPhone, you shouldn't be penalized for declining on your phone, and then it goes against your completion rate. But in that situation that I had with that DoorDash personnel, from what I gathered is they're going to be trying to fix it where that's where a lot of the glitches come on the iPhone users as well as Android users. Android users are having the most problem with DoorDash with the glitches right now that I have found out, because they trying to find a way to see, can we also, when they hit decline, have it go against their completion rating as well, because they getting tired of us constantly telling them that no, we're not unassigning orders. You got to accept the offer before it is considered unassigned. Now that does present a problem, but iPhone users and Android users, we shouldn't attack each other about it. Now we know there's a problem. Why don't we get together and address this problem with DoorDash? That's the reason why we're doing these channels, ladies and gentlemen. That's the reason why we're putting out information, ladies and gentlemen. You ought to be tired of the ranting and raving that goes on, ladies and gentlemen. And then these problems never be resolved, and there'll never be no solutions because we don't know how to identify these problems. You see, that's why it's imperative that content creators, subscribers, viewers, restaurant operators, we all collaborate, you see, together so we can find out, first of all, identify the problem. Once we identify the problem, let's address it so there can be solutions. See, we need to know what's shaking up our atmosphere right now. I got a email, two emails, one from Gridwise as well as one from Solo. I can't even use my mileage tracking app now because DoorDash is attacking every app on the Android phones and those that use Android, because you had two different groups of people that was on my team told them that we was manipulating and gaming the system. You're not manipulating and gaming the system when you're using Solo to track your miles, ladies and gentlemen. You're not manipulating and gaming the system when you can use the widget, floating widget. That was another heated discussion that got very intense between my teams. They was like, look, it's not fair that you guys can use the floating widget and we can't use the floating widget. But it's on the DoorDash application. Once again, we got to come together, quit attacking one another, and address the problems that we have with DoorDash, and get with change.org and join them in trying to get this 10,000 people to do a petition about these problems that we are having with DoorDash so they can be addressed, ladies and gentlemen. It's too much attacking each other. You see, why you got this advantage, why I don't have this advantage, all of that. That's the reason why we need to get groups and we get together. We have our meetings, we have our conferences. We learn from one another. Mind sharpen mind, just like iron sharpen iron. You see, that's what we got to do. We don't stick together. How you think they got the Prop 22 in California? They didn't do it just talking about it. They did something about it. And right now you got a brother right there that can tell you that he tells you every time he gets on the air about how he exercised that Prop 22. Now you got other people in other states whining and complaining. I don't have it. I think it's unfair. Yeah, but you don't know what they went through to make it constitution so they can get that opportunity. But we always talk about, just like it used to be in the warehouse, about we're going to unionize and all this type of stuff. But no sooner as a meeting come, people start taking off work. See, you got to identify the problem, then find a solution to the problem, and then put it on the table so it can be addressed. Because believe it or not, DoorDash have breached their contract, and I will prove it. And I'll be putting that episode out on Friday at noon. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let you hear what happened between me and this representative of DoorDash. And then I'm gonna let you put your comments down below on what you think it is. Then I'm gonna do a reaction video behind that on what I know happened, and I'm gonna explain what happened. Then if it's all right with Reese, we both gonna collaborate and we gonna put a debate on it and let you chime in, ladies and gentlemen, and tell us what you think. Because if it happened to me, it can happen to others. And who'd have said that others hadn't got deactivated because of this trickery that DoorDash personnel are doing? Restaurant people make us wait on our food longer than we're supposed to wait, trying to get back at Dashers, you see. So that's all I'm getting ready to say, because I already said a whole lot. But there's more. There's more.
There is more. And people, by the way, check out there in that comment section. I just put the link to the DoorDash Revolution there. It is pinned up there to the top. Let's help the DoorDash Revolution reach 1K subs. The link is there. If you're coming over from the Sunfish King and you're coming over saying, hey, if you've met the DoorDash Revolution, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, share, people, do all that great stuff right there. Subscribe to get notified. This stream right now, people, make sure you give some of these, share this stream right now to let people know that we're talking about some good stuff. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring up the Sunfish King is I found it right here. I asked him something, people. Now, he is a competitive fisherman. He loves it, but his passion and what he's in school for, got his bachelor's and he's going for his master's, people. It's in the wildlife sector there, people, getting all the information and setting things up so that people can go ahead and make the laws to help protect the wildlife and all that stuff. And so he has a service, and that's what he loves to do. So I asked him a simple question, how I do to everybody else that has no idea what we do in this gig world. I just asked him a question, and we're going to listen to this man's answer to this question, okay? And if anyone wants to go against what he said, I'm right here. We both can speak for him. Let me go ahead and push mute. Bring you into the gig world really quick. Well, this is just it's not gonna have to do with the gig world. Just a question in general. Great service. Great service gets you paid more.
As far as is that a question that depends on the industry or what you're doing? Like if you're a fishing guide, if I bring that to fishing, right? The great service, you might book a fishing trip for $300, $250, $400, whatever it is, right? And that's the rate. So if they don't catch any fish, or if they catch a ton of fish, that's still the rate. You're getting the same amount of money for the same amount of time. However, a lot of people tip their fishing guides. So there's where you get a little bit more from a tip, right? So that's the short term. Then you got to look in the long term, right? So even if you're not getting more for one order, if you're doing an Uber driver or something like that, or if you're taking out one client and they don't tip more. If they go home happy, those people are more likely to call you again in the future, right? They're more likely to recommend you to someone else in the future, right? You're more likely to have that 4 or 5 star review on Yelp or Google Maps or, whatever it may be, and you have that higher rating and stuff like that. If you take out too many people and you don't get them on fish because you don't know what you're doing, or you get frustrated with them and you yell at them or anything like that, they're probably not going to come back. They're not going to recommend their friends to you and things like that. So in the short term, yes, you could get more through a tip from great service. The product might be what the product is, or the service might be what the service is, to where you're not expecting more for great service. But in the long run, don't you think if you provide a better service and you try to be as accommodating as possible and you try to deliver as best as you can, don't you think that that's going to help you in the long run with more people wanting to come back and you getting more business in the future? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, people. And I asked him that because, and if I specifically said gig and then threw it out because I know he was gonna go ahead and do a cross reference there so people can see. But I wanted to do the cross reference because to tie it in, it doesn't matter, people, what business you are doing. He just broke down the principles of how it is. Okay, that's just how it is. No matter what you do, you got to go out there and do it like that. Now, we met people, like he said, on James Guide. Well, from James Guide, went in here, I saw him, and I've been participating in there for about 14 days now. 14 days. I told him when we had our interview, I said I'm going to go over there and fully see what it's all about, and I'm going to participate. And I did that, and I fell into it, and it goes into exactly what I do. Like I talk about this stuff, and it's good because I'm meeting new people. Met this gentleman here, people, met him in there, and there was no phone call. There was a hear from Guy, boom, and then automatically understands the aura, the positivity there, checked out the channel, everything went like that. So now that, you checked me out a little bit, you gave me a pub, now that you're on HotFacts, 2-part question. What do you think about the HotFacts as far as this interview show and as the channel, as you've been peeping it a little bit?
So yeah, like you said, it's not like I've been watching your channel for the whole 6 months you've been running it, right? So we just met in the last 2 weeks or so through James Gype. So, and I support probably a couple thousand of people on YouTube that I support, right? And I try to get around to everybody. I can't watch every video by everybody, but from what I've seen, man, so I've seen a couple of interviews that I skipped through that you've done with other people. And I think that, I might be biased because I'm up on here, but I think this is one of the best interviews I've seen on the channel, right? But that's just because it's about fishing and that's what I like. But I think you know how to give a good interview. You ask great questions that have to do with fishing. You actually knew what you were talking about with the wildlife side of things and everything like that. You even brought it into your own community. So we got some of your people watching, some of my people watching, right? And so you had me answer questions that not only have to do with fishing and wildlife and outdoors and what I do, but also bleed over, cross over, whatever the word you use, into that gig community, into what you do on your channel, right? And I think that, like I said, I like to share knowledge with people and I like to help people out. And I feel like you do a lot of that when it comes to your own community, the people who are out there in the gig community, as you say, the people who are driving for Lyft or Uber or whatever it may be, DoorDash, and how those people can maximize their efficiency and try to turn that into an actual good living for themselves. I feel like I like any channel that has that educational value to it as well. I think that you carry yourself professionally just talking in the videos and the live streams. I really like the green screen in the back and the thumbnails look great. And I like what I really like is when you have people at the beginning of your videos say you're watching HotFacts with Robert Reese, because then you're getting the people involved with it. I love it. You got different people in all your different ones. I haven't checked out all of the commentary on the different like news events going on and stuff like that. I need to watch some more of that stuff because I do sometimes try to stay out of that, some of the negative stuff that happens in the news, right? Because if you focus on all that, it's going to just bring you down. So I need to see how you kind of put your spin on that. I will check out more of that content as well. But I got to give you props, man. It seems like 2-3 times a day you're putting out a video or you're doing a live stream. You are on your grind, man. And it really shows because you've had your channel 6 months and you almost have 3,000 subs over here. And you got a video with almost 400,000 views on it, man. That stuff doesn't just happen overnight. Like, you put in the work. And I hope in the long run you reap the benefits for the work you put in.
All right, people. So I wanted you guys to hear that. Did you guys hear what he said? The channel for the professionalism, the educational value to the channel, people, educational, professional people. He broke it down. He broke down service. He broke down service. He says he sees me out here. Yes, I'm out here grinding people. He said, you 6 months, almost 3,000 subs, almost 400,000 view video. People, this is coming from someone that's not in the gig economy, and I asked him a question that can tie in the gig purposely. So you guys can see, get your head out of your butts. If someone who has no idea what this thing is all about, and they have been just going in as a person, this is YouTube and a channel. He went through and started watching. From what he was witnessing through watching, he was able to come up and come with those words there. So if he can do it and he understands exactly what's going on, my problem is, why can't the gig world do it? And that's the question. But that's how the gig world is on YouTube. If you look at it, there is no, it's all dysfunctional. There's a few positive spots and it's all dysfunctional. And how do you know? I just brought the DoorDash revolution into a little bit. And there's people in other countries that will come and show you love and check out your stuff and let you know, people, they're coming and showing love. So I'm bringing you people from other realms, other things, and I'm going to let you hear from what they are saying, not from people who are already inside the box. You guys won't listen anymore. You guys will not listen anymore. So when someone else comes and they say something good, it's either you're not going to listen to them for what they are saying, or you just really just hate everything. I just really don't know. But he broke it down there, people. He broke it down and he said some good stuff. And he said that he's watched the interviews and he felt that his was the best one. So I gotta love him for that. I gotta love him for that because that's how confident he is. That's how confident he is. And people, he was representing his channel and his brand. So he said, I feel that mine was the best one. I gotta love doing work with people like that. You know what I mean? I gotta love that. Go check out the man's channel. That's unfiltered, that's unbiased right there, people. Unfiltered and unbiased. So make sure you guys are subscribing there and click the DoorDash Revolutions link. We're trying to get them to 1K subs. Any special message? Not special message, Rev. I know what I forgot. I knew I had something I had to show. I got it right here. This video, y'all supposed to show it earlier. Okay. This video is people, this is what you should not do if you're getting arrested by a cop. Crime. Okay. It's what you should not do if you're getting arrested by a cop. And if you are a woman. Okay, and if you are a woman, where is this thing at? Okay, here it is. I'm gonna share this screen. Watch this garbage.
Wait, stop. Don't skip this video because I've got great news for you and your hair. If you are tired of losing back. Hey, stop the car. Stop. You stay here? No. What are you doing here? Why does it matter? Turn the car off. Turn the car off now. Turn the car off now. Turn the car off. Turn the now. Turn the car off. Watch what you do because I'll punch you in your. Don't ever forget that. I'll punch you in your second unit. Hey. Let me explain to you what we're doing. Put your hands on me and I am responding. I don't give up. I'm responding to an alarm call. Put your hands on me and I didn't turn up on you. Turn around. Watch your oh my mama. Nobody's under arrest. Stop touching me. Turn around. Ma'am, turn around. Stop. You're not under arrest. I don't care. You came in this hostile. Don't you ever put your hands on me. I'll spit on you. Stop. Under arrest. Stop. Hold my hair. What's wrong with you? Get down.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Hey, stop.
40 cents for hunting. Step it up. Get down now. Get down now. Turn around and put your hands behind your back. Get down.
I don't care.
Get down.
What the?
Get down.
I'm in the car. Move it. Stop pushing me to the ground. Move. Okay, babe, just chill.
Put your hands behind your back.
Move.
Turn hand behind your back.
Move. Babe, just chill, man. Oh, my soul. You like to come out and took off your mama.
If you don't stop, what's going to happen?
Babe, just chill. Oh, God, just chill. Just chill, bro. Don't.
Put your other hand back.
I can do it myself. Babe, just come on, bro. You're taking my shit.
Then roll over.
Babe, just calm down. Come on, bro. You know how to is, baby. Come on, bro.
Stop.
Come on, hurry. Come on, bro.
Tell her to quit moving.
If
you don't stop moving,
bro, hurry the fuck, bro.
stop. I'm trying not.
Bro.
I'm trying not to hurt you.
Hurry up, bro.
I'm trying not to hurt you.
Put it on. Not trying to not.
I am trying not to hurt you.
Bro, come on.
Turn around. Sit down. Sit down. I said sit down. Sit down.
I am. Get out my face.
All right.
Do not. What do you need her for? What are you fucking with her for now? What's wrong with it now, bro?
Stop.
Stop touching me. Just calm down. Stop touching me, bro. Stop down. Touching me, bro. I said stop touching me.
40 cents. Is anyone else coming?
He has my arm twisted in his handcuffs, and I swear to God, if I get out of this, I swear to God, you cannot do that. Take the white out this. Just chill, bro. Just chill, bro. Bro, fix this off now.
No. Relax.
Hey, baby, just chill. Twisted.
You're gonna chill out.
Stop talking to me and fix the cup. Fix the cup. Bitch, you just ripped the wig off of your kids. Stop. No. You just twisted. Hey, come on, chill. Stop touching me.
Stand up.
Fix my wrist in this cup. Fix my.
You're gonna wait.
Man.
Okay. This didn't have to be like that.
Stop touching me. It did, because you were aggressive for no reason.
All right.
You know you're wrong, and then I take your whole job. Cracker. Fix my cup. Turn around. I asked way too many.
Real, so just turn around and relax.
What are you guys doing?
No, what the you doing? I gotta do your job. Stop pressing on me. I'm not listening.
Okay. So did you offer the cut?
Why are you taking so long? Why the?
Well, you keep freaking moving around, so.
You talking about?
Okay.
I don't know. Open my door. You don't care. My wrist hurt.
In my car now.
Don't push me because I can get in myself.
Okay, then get in.
My wrist hurt though.
Get in.
So I don't gotta play the rest of that. They put her in the car. Now my thing is this. From after the altercation, the police can use that as, disrupting the peace and the screaming and stuff. They can use that to take somebody in for a holding tank. They probably send her through the loop. But my thing is, you notice when they all got out the car, some of the other kids went inside the house that they were parked in front of. So he said he was there on a disturbance. Someone called for or something. I forgot what he said, but she was already driving. She was already driving, getting ready to drive off. So when he tried to stop and take her out the car, I think that's where the issue was then there. He should have said, hey, if you guys seen anyone, to get some positive reaction from her instead of thinking, what are you guys doing? Because once he got there and the kids got the car, some of the kids went into the house that they were parked in front of. So if they were allowed to be at that house, there was no disturbance then, because it looked like it, from what I seen, we didn't see the whole beginning that led up to that, but we didn't hear no loud music. We didn't hear no one turn no music down. We just saw some people, a group of kids sitting inside a car, happened to be a certain color, sitting in more than 4 people in the car. Someone makes that call while they're driving off. She's like, I'm leaving. Now he gets aggressive, like she says. Now, when he tried to take her out the car, though, I think that, that's where. What do you think about that part? Because I feel that screaming and yelling when he reached the car and tried to grab her and said, "Don't put your hands on me." She has had a reaction of something that's had to happen with her to where that's not cool. But more importantly, the issues with the police is very, very present inside her head. He, as an officer, should understand the issues that are going on right now. You just don't reach. If someone's not detained or arrested, you cannot just reach in and grab them. That's wrong. Now, what do you feel about this?
I felt that the action that he took when he first went to the window and everything, he did reach inside the car. I was trying to see where was he touching her as he was reaching, because he didn't open that door at first, and she was like, "Get off me!" She moved his hand, and she was like, "Why are you touching me?" A lot of women were molested when they were young. You see what I'm saying? At an early age, and they just will snap off like that. And she probably had that kind of reaction because she felt like he was touching her inappropriately.
Right, man. Now, what do you think? I don't know what else the outcome of this is. Now, I have been people. I'm gonna go out like I went to a. I'm gonna give you a story. Went to a bar with my boys, and you go inside. I guess one of the girls on the inside is feeling one of my boys. They exchange numbers. It happens to be the bouncer outside girlfriend who's giving her number to my boy. So a big fiasco, they try to kick us out and all this stuff. And I actually have to go jump in between the bouncers. And I was about to fight the bouncers. They flag the police. They take us all to jail and stuff like that. I was more rowdy than that. There was a time when the bartender, I guess some idiots came from out of town, and we're playing pool. And I guess because they were playing pool with me and they were calling her disrespectful names, she tried to cut me off from the bar, and then was charging me on my card. So I went nuts. So I went way more nuts than that, and they took me to jail. They took me to jail for just to calm down. I guess they took me there for like 4 hours and let me out because I didn't do nothing wrong. But they just let me out. It's not on my record or anything. It's not on anything. This person, like he said, had a reaction. And if they go back and watch this body cam and see that reaction right there, if they have anybody that's on the behavioral side that's going to analyze that video, something has happened to that girl. Secondly, they have to go and try to retrain, recoach this officer. If you have not done the proper procedures to let someone know that they are being detained or anything, you cannot just go grab someone. Officer or not, there are certain places in certain areas, people, where the police don't go into, because if they grab someone like that in those areas, they are afraid that them people will do something to them and they may not come back out. Those same officers, okay? So
He
officers
escalated
know.
the situation.
Yeah. So people know you don't do that. Now, do you think they're going to keep her in jail or just keep her to go through the loop and let her out? Or are they going to use that she assaulted an officer?
Well, my thing is they probably gonna look at and see what type of record she got first of all. If she have any priors and all of that. And then they're gonna probably, if she do, then they probably gonna try to see can they find something to stick the letter in. But if she's smart and able to get a lawyer, she can get out.
A lawyer
lot
will pick
sooner.
this up. A lawyer will pick this one up, I believe, just because how we can see that something happened to her. Yeah, he'll be able to use that. Keep going.
Yeah, the thing was, like I said, he escalated the situation. the first thing they supposed to do is de-escalate the situation, even in a hostile environment. That's the first thing policemen is supposed to do. They're supposed to de-escalate the situation. But that was in reverse. The way he reached inside the vehicle, the way he was trying to touch her, she felt like it was inappropriate. You feel what I'm saying? It escalated that situation. You know, because like I said, a lot of females got raped, molested, sodomized when they were children. And they'll snap off like that. Real crazy. They will snap off because it goes back into their mind that when the time that they was traumatized as being a victim. You see, was she right for doing it? No, but she was reacting to what had happened to her in the past. That's my opinion. But his job was to de-escalate the situation. And I feel like he didn't do that. I feel like he escalated it the way he did it. He didn't tell her that she was being detained. You know, that's where I think he missed the mark at right there.
Yeah, he missed it. He missed it way bad right there. It's gonna be a slap. That officer right there is gonna have to get retrained. The officer with the ash he's got a better dude. They got to retrain him for his approach. When I saw the full video of when the cop slammed the lady and the rapper got involved, I saw the full video and he was an officer that was doing nothing. She was actually waiting for her delivery. She was waiting for her order, and she has one of those smaller scooters that she parks it right up on the thing so no one takes it. She has her. She said that's mine. Her papers, her license, her everything, and he was trying to detain her. And when he started trying to move her bike, she went to go get her scooter from him, and that's when he slammed her on the ground. He could have handled that whole thing better. When she told him, "It's mine. I'm on delivery," he could have. Once he heard that, he could have fixed it. But he went in to try to do something else. That dude. She has one of them. People are getting their cars stolen. She's in New York. One of them little green scooters, how they use in Italy to go around the town. She's using one of them. So she's able to park it right next to, right up next to, there's people that have regular bikes. She put it right up there, by where they have theirs. So she's on delivery. She wants to make sure she's going to leave and do that delivery with the stuff on her bike. And he escalated that and did not fix. People, I will be showing more videos like this of officers that need to be retrained. The more officers that I show you that need to be retrained on simple things like this, imagine the mistakes they make when it's larger crimes, larger things. Are they tampering with evidence? Are they hiding this and that? You got to think about that stuff. If they are doing the little small stuff and doing it wrong, imagine how they handle the larger stuff. So whenever I see an officer that needs to be recoached, I'm going to go ahead and put it on and have an open discussion about it, because we can all pick out points on what was positive, what was negative. If we do more stuff like this, we can actually coexist better with law enforcement. If anybody has ever wanted to know why I'm showing officers slamming people and people doing dumb stuff to the officers to get shot and stuff, I'm showing the people do dumb stuff and what's happening so you can know not to do that. I'm showing you what the bad officers are doing not to do that. Now we got to talk about what's in the middle right there. So that's why I show that. So that's why I show that stuff. People in the gig world, you got to understand that stuff too, because most of the cars now getting jacked are from the people in the gig world. So all of this stuff should help everybody. Man, I've been on for 2 hours now. This been a long one. I'm going to sign off out of here. You got any closing words, Rev?
Closing words and thoughts is this here, ladies and gentlemen. We got to be mindful of our own behaviors and attitudes as well, because we can also escalate the situation as well. You get pulled over by the police officer at night, try to go in an area that's well lit. Also turn on your lights on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So they can see you moving around. Keep your hands up. As you moving them around, keep your hands up. Don't reach down for anything. Don't even reach for the glove compartment. Keep your hands up. I had an incident that happened to me years ago, but I'm going to tell y'all on the next one. But that is my closing thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Have a great evening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, people. And you know what I do. Until the next caper. See you guys later.